Alright, so right now we had to order an emergency Anycubic filament. Finish off this customer print for this snakehead. And I even told myself, the mistake I made was I told myself that I wanted to make sure that this was done on one of the A1 Minis so I can put this in on there, and it worked just fine. And luckily there's only an hour left, so I wouldn't be putting too much stress on the EMS system. So let's get it done. This is what I'm working with right now. First time this has ever happened, so I'm going to try to get some prints done the way it is and untangle it as it goes, because tried to re-spool it, tried to push it down. It's not working. So this the only unfortunate thing, and this was 100% my fault. This didn't come like this. I literally dropped it as I was spooling it on the re-spooler, and this is what happens when you drop it. That's the only thing that I would recommend you be careful with when you are getting the refill packs, is do not drop it. Or you have to deal with this. And I don't have a re-spooler to be able to do it easily. All right, so the snakehead is done. We're gonna need to clean it up, and then it's gonna need to be assembled. So we don't like to waste filament around here. So if you didn't know, a couple weeks back I had dropped this. I believe I mentioned it earlier in this vlog, but the only bad thing with Bambu Lab's refillable spools is if you drop them or something like that, it is a pain, especially when you don't have a re-spooler. Finally got some Helix fidget toys that we're working on right now. This has been a request from the previous market, not the last one, but the one before that. So we're working on that now. And when I originally tried to do this, I was having troubles figuring out how to separate the interior from the exterior, but figured it out, got it done, and the day after Christmas, and we're rocking and rolling again. We're also doing a gift print, which is also a test print as well. Some D&D models specifically designed for resin printers. And I mean, so far so good. I mean, this looks like it's gonna be super detailed, super nice. Really excited for that. And I'm gonna use my X-Acto knife that I got for Christmas to take care of some of these tree supports. This one will be done in 39 minutes. And about to get something running on here. Don't know exactly what yet, but something. Flexes are going good. We are a little under halfway. And the first part of the ramp is finishing up. While I'm at it, I'm gonna go ahead and wipe down the glass and clean it up a little bit. All right, so it's the following day. This is still producing spaghetti. So you can see a little bit of, go in here. You can see a little bit of action here. So the first thing we're gonna try to do, which will determine if I need to order another one or not. Basically, the easiest way to do this, if you want to do it easy and spend the money, is just to go ahead and order the new nozzle with the heat block and all that stuff. But I'm gonna go ahead and take these pieces off, and then I'm gonna heat the piece up and try to get any leftover filament on the inside out of there to see if we can get it done, and go from there. All right, so the first notch has been taken out. And the second one's about to come out. I hate doing this because it's like so easy to just accidentally take it all the way off. And believe and do the screws and go from there. All right, so there's one piece I forgot to take out, which is this little one right here. So, and this one's got to get pushed down and pulled at the same time. So I'm gonna do that, but this piece is the last piece, and then we're gonna try to get this all fixed up. All right, so right now I have a little Allen wrench inside there that was superheated on the inside, so hopefully it can do a good little cold pull and get everything that's in the nozzle that's kind of clumped up. And this is why sometimes doing a cold pull is necessary, because if you can see all the blackening on, it's got a lot of broken up pieces of plastic over use over time, which is normal. So if you're looking to save your heating block, your extruder, this is what you're going to need to do. Some extra little TLC, nothing out of the ordinary. So just heat up one of these Allen wrenches, the super small ones, and you should be able to get a lot of, I mean, that's the best looking. I'm probably going to do another little dry pull, get a little bit more out, but this should have helped significantly on this next level of printing. Looking pretty clean. We're gonna go ahead and do a little test print real quick and see how it does. Do a little bit of cleaning up on the nozzle. Lilith and Ellie here or joining me for this cleaning experience. Gonna be putting the pieces back together now and putting it back on the printer. Now I will say this is easy but tedious. I'm gonna try to see if I can film this at the same time. All right, that's done. You gotta make sure that it's done in a way where they are not blocking each other. Okay, let's bring this over here. And final piece here. So basically, when you do that, push on the sides, just making sure everything is in properly, very delicately pressing on each side. So now that that's in, everything's back up and running. Kind of put these pieces back in. I highly recommend turning off your printer so it doesn't just turn on like what I just did. But I was in a rush. Like I said, every time a situation happens, what I normally do is literally rush to the situation and try to get it fixed. So that's it for this. Taking a dry Q-tip to wipe the LiDAR sensor, clean up around the area a little bit. Look at all that do. Always do a little bit of maintenance as you're doing things to keep your printer running good. So I ended up printing out a benchy. Everything's looking pretty good, so it should be good by now. But if it does mess up again, that means something in the file is not transferring correctly, which means I need to fix it and do that for this Tech Deck skate park. But we got some more Helix things going on both printers. Also, this time around, we got a lot of views, and we've been getting a lot of views in comparison on our Etsy store. But a lot of those views are not transferring over to sales. So one, we're going to be taking photos possibly today. Our son's birthday's today, so we're going to see if we can take some new Pocket Peeps pictures, the Ghost with Feet pictures on the display we printed, and the mystery dragon eggs. We're going to retake those pictures and make them look a lot better. But we all have also put dollar ads on those three. Oh no, those two, not the Ghost with Feet, but the Dragon Eggs and the Pocket Peeps have a $1 ad per day to see if that'll help get conversions to sales in a short-term manner, and see if we can do that. If that's the case, that'll be good. And I'm hoping this Tech Deck park that I'm printing out works, and we have more Helixes on both printers. And kind of stockpiling up on those, but we're definitely going to be doing an order for filament, and then we're going to have a lot of Pocket Peeps to print. Some new ones, some restock on some old ones, and some earrings that we're going to do. And we're going to push a lot of earrings on Etsy, see if we can get some sales that way. That's going to be it for right now. We hope you guys enjoy. Thank you guys for so much for the support we've been getting. And we're going to give you a little insight on the back end on what YouTube has generated for us. Here's what we got going on the back end. We're sitting at about 52,000 views, over 4,000 watch hours, 730 subscribers in the last 28 days. We have an estimated revenue of $79.22. Now, this day hasn't been generated for today, or let's see. So today's the 27th, so the last 2 days, the data is still processing, and of course we're going through the 27th day, but every 2 days, sometimes a day, it updates on that. We will be going through this here and there. We won't be getting into it too much, but we have everything to the basic standards, and we want to make sure we provide you guys with great videos. And we are going to have the review coming out soon, as well as the learn about us and kind of understand why we're doing this printing stuff. So what I did not end up working, so what we're doing is we're going to go ahead and switch to the 0.6 millimeter nozzle, because we should not, and this is just for everybody in 3D printing, you should not stop your prints just because that's messed up. Especially if you're doing this as a business, make sure you guys have the stockpile of these extruder nozzles on hand and ready. We were just lucky enough when we got the X1 carbon that it came with the 0.6, because right now we'd probably be another week or two without this printing just because we didn't have backups. So we're going to go ahead and switch this out now. All right, so the 0.6 millimeter nozzle is on there. If this doesn't work, then that means this part of the AMS unit needs to be replaced. Process of elimination. It shouldn't, because it feeds well, but like I said, if it's usually the nozzle that does that, or a setting. Let's see if this fixes it. If this fixes it, we're good. If not, we're back to the drawing board and have to figure it out. All right, it's definitely time to get this bookend painted. I got to clean it up a little bit, get some stuff off, and get it painted so it can be a same color black. So one of the things we targeted for today's video, for the end of our vlog for today, is literally write a script down for our review video to get all the fine line details of specifically what we're going to be talking about. So tomorrow, Amanda said what would be a good idea is to go to the studio and film a whole little video in the studio, mic'd up and everything like that for this review, so we can get a good review out there for our very first review on this channel. So not much this week. If there's any questions that you guys have, please let me know in the comment section below. We should have a video out within the next 1 to 4 days. We'll see what we can get done. That's pretty much it for today's video. We hope you guys enjoyed. I know this video is probably the most different and most lackluster video, but those of you who've taken the time to watch this video, we thank you guys so much. Not every week is going to be a crazy video week, so we do appreciate y'all supporting and checking out the channel, and we'll see y'all next week.